The word healing can conjure up different images in our minds. Maybe a sense of peace we really desire, maybe going to the doctor, maybe the excitement of taking the cast off and moving my arm for the first time in months. But we're all in need of a deeper healing. And Jesus, the one who heals, is coming. The reality of sin in our lives has hurt our relationships with God, with each other, and with ourselves. Jesus comes to heal and restore these broken relationships, to set captives free. Jesus wants to heal us from the inside out. He wants to experience what we suffer firsthand. How does he do this? He actually becomes one with us when he takes on our human flesh. He heals these broken relationships by entering into them. Jesus heals us in many ways. He heals us with his word, the word of truth and love spoken into those lies about ourselves that have snuck into our hearts. He heals us with his touch, the gift of his body in the Eucharist at Mass, when we receive God into our very selves. When we read the Gospels, we see that wherever there is faith, Jesus can't help but heal everything he touches. He heals us with his mercy, the mercy that flows from his wounds into ours and makes all things new. We read during the season of Advent in the books of the prophets what the Messiah will do. He comes to make crooked ways straight, those ways in our hearts that have made a few wrong turns. This reminds me of one of the women that we've served in our mission. Sarah had lost her way several years earlier and carried a lot of regret and sorrow, and she wasn't even sure that God could forgive her. When she found herself pregnant, by the grace of God, she received this new life as a gift and saw it as a real second chance in her own life. Although she'd been baptized Catholic, she had fallen away from the practice of the faith. But as she spent time in our chapel, the grace in her life was abundant, and she went to confession and began to return to the practice of her faith. She gave birth to a beautiful little baby boy in the fall. And soon December rolled around, the time for Christmas pageants. Some of our friends called us, and they were having a live nativity play, and they needed a baby to be Jesus. Did we know anyone who'd be interested? And immediately, Sarah came to mind. She was thrilled at the opportunity. Her little baby boy starred as the baby Jesus and did a great job, might I add. It was so beautiful to see, because in a very real way, her son was the baby Jesus. By becoming one of us, Jesus unites himself completely with this little baby boy's humanity, as he does for Sarah and for me and for you. Jesus, the one who heals and redeems us, is coming. Where do you want to receive healing this Advent? Where will you invite him in?